about today. It's time to get into money. We talking big money. We talking big money. When I say big money, I mean fat money. Fat nigga money. I like to get into it. Pause. Let's go.
Welcome to the Double XL Games. It's like X Games, but way bigger. Buckle the fuck up, nigga. One night, one arena, one mission. Defy gravity, defy logic, and look fly doing it. Fireworks blast off, and here come the legend himself. Evil to nigga. Fat, fearless, federally unlicensed. His rhinestone leather jumpsuit stretched to his final form. No helmet, he got his safety do-rag on. Oh my God, this nigga crazy. Let the games begin. Motocross, these big boys lifting off like Space XL rockets. The suspension screaming like, y'all really let him do this? Skateboarding, wheels reinforced with fat nigga tech. This nigga's trick just sent gravity into existential crisis.
OMG, he did a 1080 and blew out my lash extension.
Then we hit the Thick Drifters Grand Prix. Niggas pulling up in go-karts with Hellcat growls and neck pillow interiors. This dude drifted so hard he ended up in the future, saw himself win and came back more confident. And finally, the Girth Gauntlet. Sponsored by Girth Aid, now with Flavor Molecule, an obstacle course designed to test size, speed, and soul. This nigga just tripped and rolled right out the stadium and still beat his time.
Babe, I'm sweating and I didn't even compete.
This ain't just about medals. It's about big body spirit, strength and mass, grace and momentum, and endurance powered by brisket and radical self-belief. What kind of back scratcher, nutcracker ass trick you want to see the big boys hit next? Drop a comment. Hey yo, shut the fuck up. It's fat nigga season.
$ fat. Do your own research, not financial advice. Meme coins, you know, the meme coin game is producing great content. Absolutely wonderful content. I love to see it. Safety do-rag. One in the chat if you own a do-rag. Let's see what the real ones is at.
This a real hotel, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I know some of the white boys in the chat. Some of y'all own a do-rag too. From back in your wigger days. Okay. Yeah, I know. Booger said, and a bonnet. There we go. There we go. You own 3 of them? There we go. Yeah, I know. Essential goods of the black community. You have to have hair. You don't gotta have hair, Dre Brown. Do-rags also double as a fashion statement.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
But it's time to talk big business. It's time to talk
China.
Yes, sir. It's going down. It's going up. It's going down and it's going up. U.S. This title says May raise. Well, no, it ain't no May. Trump said them tariffs is up. Says right here, China reacted to the new tariffs tit for tat. This comes from the Russian news agency TASS.com. Also imposing new duties of 34% on U.S. imports. Trump decided, you know what, 54% wasn't enough. Throw another 50% on there. Okay? We swinging big tariff energy. The U.S. is swinging big tariff energy. I spoke to David Gokhshtein earlier. Right before we got on here, we talked about this. So I'm not going to go too much into detail. We went in deep. Pause. Go watch the replay. Go watch the replay from Gokhshtein Media. It's going to be one hell of a battle. It's going to be Trump versus Xi Jinping. Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm optimistic. I believe in my president. I believe in my country. But I think he's making the right moves. A lot of countries have come to the table. South Korea said, you know what? I ain't messing with y'all. Let's go ahead and sit down at the table. Europe, Japan, plus 50 other countries all decided, you know what, man, I ain't playing with Trump, man. This fool crazy. Let's go ahead and negotiate something. You know, Vietnam said, man, we'll just drop it to 0, man. We don't even give a damn. We got to ship these Nikes one way or another. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Hong Kong got some stuff going down. Look at Hong Kong. Hong Kong, Zabank. Zabank got some stuff going on. They said, with the recent hack, this comes from ledgerinsights.com. I like this, please. With the recent hack of Bybit crypto exchange funds, more than 3/4, this comes from a survey they did of their customers. 3/4 of their clients mentioned they trust banks as the caretaker of their crypto funds. One in the chat if you do not trust the bank with your crypto funds. One in the chat if you do not trust the bank with your crypto funds. Let's see where the real ones is at. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, what are we doing? This is Hong Kong. This is fairly prescient of the treacherous future, the dystopian future we might be headed into if we don't learn our lessons. It says here, another key advantage cited by 69% of respondents is the ability to use their bank accounts directly to pay for crypto, rather than needing to transfer funds to an exchange in order to make purchases. Similarly, 68% like the convenience of using their digital bank app. And that's what this comes down to. It comes down to this wretched C word, convenience. For convenience, people will sacrifice their freedom. They will sacrifice their sovereignty and their autonomy for convenience. And that's what we see happening here. They're like, you know what? It's going to be real convenient to just go ahead and trade cryptos directly from my bank account. No more transfers to Coinbase. You know, cut out the middleman. That's what it's looking like here. So we might be looking into the future, the crystal ball of what's to come. It says, however, they don't just want basic functionality. Rather than the bank purely providing a crypto purchase or sale solution, 81% want the ability to directly transfer the cryptocurrencies in and out just as they would with money. So 81% said, yo, you go hold it, but I'd still want the ability to self-custody, which is a good sign. Yeah. So buckle your boots. We're headed for a digital future. In the meantime, treasury bonds are down. Treasury bonds are down. Down goes treasury. Yields on 10-year notes are down about 2 basis points. Now, this could be several factors. Much of it has to do with the tumultuous market people are experiencing today. My guess, which is only a possibility, is that this is signs of ain't nobody scared of these markets. Ain't nobody scared. Shout out Ohio. What up, Dr. Nikki? Ain't nobody scared. You can rewind the live stream. Oh, wow. Ain't nobody scared. We watched the pump yesterday. It was big pump action. Right off that Monday bottom, we saw big pump action. Marcus had a little bit of a correction. I was looking at it today. Let's take a look at Wingstop. You know, niggas love chicken. Let's take a look at the Wingstop chart. Here we got the Wingstop chart. You know, that thing looking very, very tasty. Very tasty. This is the 1-day chart right here. Let's go to the 5-day chart. You know, simple looking chart. Let's take a look at S&P 500. There you go. There you go, the S&P SPY ETF. We down a little bit. But look where Monday was. Monday's right here. You see this little V? See this V right here? That's Monday. Look where we are. This is good news. Look at this. Look at that. Huh? Ain't nobody scared. Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Bow. Look at that. American Express. You got American Express in your wallet? Huh? Bow. Visa. I'm everywhere you want to be. Huh? Did you buy the bottom?
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
Apple stock. Oh, uh-oh. I'm sure to rebound. Maybe a buying opportunity. I think Apple just had some crazy news just hit. Let's go ahead and check out the Apple news. I think we had some Apple news just hit. And maybe this has something to do with it. Let's take a look. It's something about like some airplanes or some shit like that. Did you guys see that story? Apple heavy in China. Apple sends 5 planes loaded with iPhones to bypass U.S. tariffs. What the hell? Apple said, y'all gonna get these iPhones. Y'all gonna get these iPhones. Yo, so maybe you want to buy this bottle. Maybe you want to buy this dippy dip. I don't know. So, take a look at the markets. It's looking like a buy opportunity. Let's take on BTC. Let's take a look at BTC. Again, look at Monday. Look at today. Back then they wouldn't want me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. There you go. Let's take a look at ETH. Let's take a look at ETH. ETH been boring. ETH has been so boring. Syscoin got a little movement. Look at that dippy dip. Syscoin got some movement. Shout out to the Syscoin family. So hopefully you guys bought that Monday dip. Not financial advice. Do your own research. It's looking very spicy out here in the markets. Huge buying opportunity. When I saw that dip Monday, I had to dip my stick in it. XRP is definitely making moves. We're going to talk about that shortly. Don't get ahead of me now. Don't get ahead of me now. Okay. Apple said, not my iWatch. Facts. JP Morgan reports that the European Central Bank is set to lower rates. Now, if you know anything like I know, usually when Europe makes a move, America makes a move. But now that we're sort of decoupled, I don't know. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump out the window and say ECB is going to lower rates. The United States at some point is going to lower rates. At some point they're going to lower rates this year. Trump says inflation is gone, so they go ahead and do it. I don't know. Anyway, let's talk about this big business. Big business is going on. Look at Ripple. Ripple just ripping. They set to acquire prime broker Hidden Road for $1.25 billion. Damn. Now, this is a prime brokerage, so, us brokies, this ain't for us. This is big money. Most of its investors in its 50 million Series A funding in 2022 were crypto firms, except for Citadel Securities. So this is they handle prime brokerage services for foreign exchange, precious metals, and also digital assets. It's a big move by Ripple. I don't know how the XRP chart is going to react. Let's take a look at XRP. Let's see if the XRP, because XRP is not Ripple, but some people think it is, so that's why the charts move that way. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look at XRP. Let's go XRP, Binance. Let's go Binance. Okay, XRP looking a little juicy. We got a, let me hold on a second. Let's take a look here. Yeah, we got a Monday busy bounce. Let's take a look at the chart, all-time chart, big brag. I bought, stop it. I bought Ripple in 2017. Like, doesn't even show up on this chart, probably because I'm on a Binance chart and they weren't there. But I got Ripple super duper cheap. And I'm happy what's happening here. I'm sorry, XRP. I got it super duper cheap, mostly because, I knew they were the feds.
Hotep, you're a genius. HotepJesus.com.
And if you know anything about the feds, the big dogs, they always win. I was watching the moves. I called it on Carl's podcast way back in the day, 2017. I called it. I said XRP is gonna mover. It's gonna be a mover. They got connections. Anyway. A lot of people have been arguing about these Trump tariffs. One of them happened to be, oh, come on, man. What happened to my access, man? Market Watch, y'all out here gatekeeping. Hold on. Somebody get me the whatchamacallit? The pirated link. And don't tell nobody we did this. Bill Ackman versus Bill. Okay. Let's go to Morningstar, see if we get some quotes here. Right here, billionaire Bill says, can you see that? Good. Bill Ackman is wrong. We don't need another moratorium for 90 days. The opportunity is now. Don't let this opportunity pass. We have been living in a fantasy world for decades. He lays the smackdown on Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman been crying about Trump's tariffs like a little bitch. On and on and on. You know. But in this exclusive interview with Market Watch, Bill said Trump's tariffs are designed to bring the world to the negotiation table, foster free and fair trade, and recalibrate the role of the U.S. in the world economy. Bill said Trump should ignore the people like hedge fund billionaire Bill Ackman, who are arguing for a pause in implementation of some of the tariffs in the White House announced last week. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the naysayers. Okay, they are suffering from TDS. Bill continues and says our huge and perpetual balance of trade deficit and our continual multi-trillion-dollar fiscal deficit are simply not sustainable. And the sooner we deal with them, the better, and the less long-term pain.
Oh, this a real hotel, bro.
Exactly, Bill. $1 of government borrowing and spending is not the same as $1 earned by inventing and building a widget. We've got to increase manufacturing and production. That's where the capital has to come from. It can't come from, dare I say, the money machine, the magic money machine that creates money out of thin air. It can't come from there. We've got to produce it. We got to pull it out of sweat. Blood, sweat, and tears. That's where real money comes from. Okay? That's where real money comes from. That's where real capital comes from. Blood, sweat, and tears. You know? Shout out to Bill. Somebody's making some damn sense out here. The rest of these fools is crying like little bitches. Sick of it. I'm sick of it. Acting like a little bitch. Isn't damn near every product made from imports? Listen, it's another story for another day. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Get it out the mud, says Steph Colonel. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, it's our financial report. It's time to talk about these grifters.